Hello, welcome to Polyphonic Press. My name is Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Stereophonics entitled Graffiti on the Train. Here we go. Stereophonics are a Welsh band formed in 1992 with Kelly and Richard Jones, who, although they have the same last name, are not related to each other. They released their first album in 1997 called Word Gets Around. It was a success in Europe and the UK, but never really made a dent in North America. Their breakthrough album in North America was their 2001 effort, Just Enough Education to Perform, with songs like Mr. Writer and Have a Nice Day. The band has continued to release albums on a consistent basis, and this is their latest one, entitled Graffiti on the Train. This album starts off with a song called We Share the Same Sun, which is kind of a slower ballad kind of song, although it does pick up towards the chorus. I thought it was kind of brave of the band to really open the album with a slower kind of more ballad type of song. Usually with an album you want to open it up with something that's a little more punchy, especially if it's a rock album. They didn't really choose to do that, but this song is really kind of intriguing in its own right, in a sort of a different way. This song is definitely reminiscent of something like U2 or Coldplay or something like that, although with a little bit more of an edge to it. The title track, Graffiti on the Train, is much more of a slower song. It's got a lot of production on it. You can hear the band playing their normal instruments like guitar, bass, and drums, but there's a very sort of cinematic string section thrown on top of it. It feels like it could be the theme song to a James Bond movie or something like that, or, you know, really a pivotal scene in a moment, or even the theme to a movie. And the title of the song could easily be a title of a movie as well, Graffiti on the Train. It really has that cinematic quality to it, and I think that's really what they were going for, something with a lot of production, but at the same time doesn't really feel cheesy or overproduced or anything like that. It just is done well with a lot of class, and it really does work. By far the most rocking song on the album is the song Catacomb. It's kind of a garage rock, really simple kind of song. It's got a lot of really great guitars and a really memorable riff. The only thing I felt this song was lacking was a really great guitar solo. I thought the guitar solo could really tie the song together, and I kept expecting it to come up, but it just never did. And that was a bit of a disappointment for me for this song. I thought it would be better if it had an instrumental break with a guitar solo, or even like a keyboard sort of electric piano or a B3 organ solo or something like that. Something that sort of deviates from the sort of normal, typical riff. Something that gives a little... keeps it interesting and keeps it fresh. Otherwise, this is a really great song, but I just felt that that could have added a lot of flavor to it, and I felt that that would just lift the song to something good, to something great. The song Been Caught Cheating is a very acoustic, slow kind of blues song. It's very surprising to hear this kind of song on this album. It's got a typical blues feel, and Kelly Jones' vocals really fit this genre really well, with his gravelly kind of whiskey-soaked vocals that you hear in a lot of southern blues and a lot of British blues in the 60s. His voice just works well with this genre, and you can really tell that this you know, his style of singing it just comes naturally to him. This song does have a guitar solo, and it does have that payoff, and it's really in a great place for the song as well. This song does work with the guitar solo. The album ends with a song called No One's Perfect, and Kelly Jones' voice is really perfect for this song. You know, his voice is really technically very good, but he also puts a lot of soul into it, and it's a lot of you can really believe everything that he says. It's not just a technical performance, but he really puts a lot of thought into the lyrics, and you know, you can kind of tell that he's gone through something with this song. There's not much instrumentation on this song. It's really more there to complement the voice and give that voice some sort of accompaniment and something to sing to. The production on this album is really well done. It's very professional, very clean, very slick, but it's not overproduced either. You know, everything is in balance, and even when they throw things like a string section or extra things on top of the band doesn't really get lost in the shuffle. It's really balanced out really well, and you can tell that they put a lot of effort and time and thought into the mix on this album. There really isn't a bad song on this album, but to me this album doesn't really work as a collective thing. It's really more just a collection of songs. It doesn't really flow, and the album kind of lacks some sort of identity or some sort of direction. There's some psychedelic stuff, a pop rock song, a blues song, a garage rock song, and it just kind of doesn't seem to know where it wants to go. It's not very consistent, and it doesn't really lack any direction. For that, I'm going to have to give this album a 6 out of 10. Like I said, there really isn't a bad song on the album, just the songs don't really work well together. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video response. And if you'd like to suggest an album, please do that in the comments or on Twitter or Facebook. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.